I cuddled a random stranger who I thought was my boyfriend. Welcome back to Delve Deck Stories. Today we have some stories about misunderstandings and miscommunications. Our first story is from Stacy, and it's What's Your Not My Proudest Moment story from the venting deck. I cuddled a random stranger who I thought was my boyfriend.
We've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, yeah.
Cuddle makes me feel like you're like...
Cuddles, I feel like it's very intimate. You're like on a couch,
like
in a bed.
A hug is one thing. A cuddle feels sexual in a way.
What do you mean? Everyone little spoons with their closest allies.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a big house party my freshman year of college with my boyfriend, who was wearing a Ghostface costume from Scream. All right, it makes sense now.
There's never one Ghostface.
Yeah, you have a mask on. Come on.
That's like a recent girl thirst thing. Is like this Scream. I mean, maybe that's been around for a while, but I've just seen it recently.
Yeah, I feel like Scream is always a classic Halloween costume.
Yeah.
I just saw it
nice.
this year
it's
for
campy,
the first time.
It's fun.
Yeah.
But, again, there's never one Ghostface. There's always multiple in the movie. So I can get the confusion here.
I stepped away from him for a bit to talk to a friend and then went to get us some drinks. I quickly spotted my boyfriend a few feet away and handed him a drink. Some guy I didn't know was telling him a story, so I just hung out and put my arm around my man and snuggled up. Ghostface pulls away a bit and turns to me like, WTF, lady? It was at that moment I spotted another Ghostface across the room and realized multiple people were wearing that costume, and it dawned on me that I had no idea who I had just cuddled up to. I am imagining like, and there's a Ghostface, and there's a Ghostface, and every Ghostface is staring at you just like...
And then she wakes up from her dream.
Yeah.
Or her nightmare.
They all start closing in with like knives that eventually could explode into confetti.
I'm just glad that she didn't do one of those like, I'm going to put my hands down like the back of your pants or something like that.
Just
or
straight up.
Yeah, not grab his ass
just
or poke
a
the
quick
butthole.
Just like a little cobra.
Yeah.
He goes, I told you I'd be coming back for you.
This was the late 90s and Scream was incredibly popular. So, of course, more than one person would wear that costume.
And men ever have the gall to call women unoriginal and you guys don't do the same dumb
At least wear a
costumes.
name tag.
Yeah.
Identify which Ghostface killer you are from the movie.
Wait, that's funny. I only know the first two.
Oh, wow. There's about to be 7.
I don't know what I was thinking. I backed away like, sorry, thought you were someone else. Ghostface pulls off the mask, and to my horror, it was some random woman. I started profusely apologizing and explaining I thought she was my boyfriend, and she was like, okay, weirdo. She's like, your boyfriend's got double D's?
He is rather voluptuous in the chest area, yes.
He likes to drink those IPAs, so yes.
Is that what gives men man boobs?
That's what they say.
Ipas.
Nothing wrong with a man with double D's. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Not a damn thing.
Sometimes you like to grab onto things too, you know?
Yes.
I like my dudes with a little meat on them.
Yeah.
Something to snuggle into. You get it.
Yeah, I get it, you know? Keep you warm.
I slunk away in shame and went to go find my actual boyfriend to tell him about my social faux pas, which he thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
She just finds another ghost face and she's like, oh,
Yeah,
nope,
she's like,
oh, wrong one.
I'll never guess what happened.
He goes, what is
it? Like,
She eventually starts like standing and doing like a flare gun into the sky to hope her boyfriend finds her.
Which I feel like is its own horror movie trope where somebody's dressed up in like a Halloween costume and they're unresponsive and they're talking to them. So it'd be like Michael Myers, Ghostface, Jason, anything like that. And they're like, oh my God, you're like so sensitive. You're like, don't talk that much. You know, I get it, you know?
And they kill her?
And then, then they end up dying because they think that they're the significant other that they want to go hook up with. And it's like, nope.
Could have been worse though. I'm glad it was a lady and not like some guy who was like, "Oh, hello, babe."
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it could have been a lady who did that also.
But it wasn't. So I'm saying it could have been worse, and I'm glad it was a sassy ghost face with double D's.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Our next story is from Kelly, and it's what was your most memorable exchange with a stranger from the Deep Dive Beach Ball? I thought he was offering me a soda.
Okay.
When I was very newly 21, I started going to clubs pretty much every weekend with my college friends. Being that I hadn't been into nightlife for that long, I wasn't super wise to the culture.
The culture.
Yeah. They're like, do you want Molly? Like the soda?
Yeah, the culture of just like knowing what to and what not to accept and like safety maybe.
Though there was that campaign for Coca Cola recently, in like the last couple of years, where they put people's names on them,
Oh, yeah.
and there was an advertisement that had Molly for the bottle of Coke, and everyone's like, "Huh? Somebody approved this. They knew what they were doing."
So one night, I'm out on the dance floor. I'm shaking that thing. I'm having a great time.
Get it, girl.
I start dancing with this guy who is totally my type. We're vibing. As the song came to a close, he took my hand and gestured with his head for me to follow him. So naturally, I did. We get to a quieter part of the club, and he's like, "You seem really cool. Do you want any Coke?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. That sounds great."
Yeah, sure. That sounds awesome.
Sounds cool.
She goes back to her friends.
I would like a juice box, please.
He's buying me a free drink. No alcohol. It's hot.
Non-alcoholic, exactly. I'd be like,
Yeah.
can I at least have whiskey?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
can you get a shot
She's
of
like,
Fireball?
"Please, I don't like caffeine-free, diet, or zero.
Yeah.
Only the good stuff.
Pure."
My mouth was parched from dancing anyway. He smiles and says, "I knew you were a chill girl."
Oh! The chill girl epidemic
Oh,
strikes again.
Get ready for the drink.
I was confused. Like normal girls don't drink Coke. He leads me to the back patio of the bar.
She's like, I guess I'm not like other girls.
Yeah.
I like the normal sugar
Yeah,
content.
she's like, other girls drink Pepsi.
She goes, why does he seem so stupid? She's feeling like genuine approval in this moment. Like, yeah, I do drink Coca Cola.
I mean,
He
you could
le-
drink it, I guess.
He leads me to the back patio of the bar, pulls out his wallet, and asks me to hold it after he pulls out a bag of white powder.
Please tell me they're going to do the line on the wallet.
Gabe's like, "That's my move."
Dude, you got that.
The hundy, you're like, "What's up,
What?
girl?"
Only do hundreds because the cheap shift blind.
Yeah.
Pulls out his wallet and asks me to hold it after he pulls out a bag of white powder. I'm dumb, have no idea what it really is.
Okay, girl.
Until
It's
he,
sugar.
yeah. Did we
It's-
not at the very least have like Dare in high school? To like,
I didn't have Dare.
Yeah, I think
But
Dare.
I grew up in Reno. That's how I know what Coke is.
But also, I don't know if Dare is still a thing. I mean, I remember having Dare when I was a kid in
yeah, did
school.
they stop there?
No,
Like, just
if
do
Dare.
drugs, kids.
I feel like they stopped doing Dare.
Just do in health class like a don't do drugs thing.
Sure, but I feel like also Dare, there was a lot of like, this isn't actually what these drugs do to you. They're like,
Oh, yeah,
if you
Dare
do
was
acid,
crazy.
it burns a hole in your brain. And you're like, ah! And then you find out it doesn't do that.
Cocaine just
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
you really cool.
Yeah.
It's super chill.
It's like, so what? One nostril gets clogged. No big deal.
Okay, yeah. Boo hoo.
Oh no.
Until he snorts it and goes, "Woo!" Oh, okay. Def not Coca Cola. I also just want to be like, you're doing Coke just like openly on this patio bar, like in the back, like, and then going woo afterwards, bro. You
It's
are
like such a
asking to get caught.
stereotypical
Go to
response.
the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Oh, okay. Def not Coca Cola. He meant cocaine. I'm actively declining and trying to hand him back his wallet to leave when a bouncer comes up to us and says, "Police are on their way. We don't allow this kind of behavior here." Like, seriously, this dude's never done drugs before.
He
You
said,
can't do
"What
it
do you
like
mean?
this.
I'm from Mississippi. It's chill there.
It's legal.
Yeah.
Nobody minds.
The guy I was dancing with tries to make a run for it, and I'm frozen in shock as the bouncer literally chases after him and tackles him to the floor. Another bouncer is trying to guide me to the front to wait for the police too, but I just started crying and saying, "I'm not a druggie. I thought it was soda. I thought he was going to buy me a soda." Good news is they believed me. Bad news was that guy got escorted out of the club and I never got my soda. Buy your own soda, Kelly.
Yeah.
Your own soda.
Kelly, it's like $3. They might even
Straight-
give it to you for free because they think
Yeah.
you're DD.
Straight from the gun, just, it's like $1. Not even.
But they probably, her just like crying, I'm not a driver. They're like, okay, we believe you.
You know, this kind of happened to me once because I was like hanging out with these people and they're like, oh, we have a delivery coming. Like, we can't leave. And I was like, what'd you guys order? Like, thinking it was food. And they were like, Coke. And I was like, that's so weird. Like, why would you order Coca Cola to the, like, I literally, and then like, where I'm there and like one of them goes out and then they come back in. I'm like, did you get it? He's like, yeah, we got it. And then they went to the bathroom and it was like 10 minutes later and I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm gullible. Or naive. Which one is worse?
Our next story is from Monique, and it's what seemed harmless to you as a kid that you now look back on in horror from the original deck. I got into a random man's car because I thought he was my dad.
I did this one.
Daddy.
That could happen.
Okay, Fleur. Gabe's like, I don't know where I am. Fight, flight, fawn. Hey, daddy.
Want some of this?
I did this once to a lady in like the pickup line at school. I like ran to open her and she was like, ah. And I was like, ah. And then my car's van was, yeah.
Or when you're like a little kid in the store and you think it's your parent and you like grab their hand and they're like,
get the
and then you're like, oh no.
You're like, oh,
worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Stupid.
Growing up, my dad and I used to bond over pranking each other. So when I was walking home from school one day and saw my dad's car parked outside a store, I had the genius idea to hide in the back and scare him.
I like this one.
I would be so upset if this happened to me and the other person. It was one of those brown station wagons everyone had in the 70s, and the doors were unlocked because, again, it was the 70s. I got into the back seat and crouched on the floor. I was only 10 at the time, so I had no issue hiding. I heard my dad get into the front seat and start the car. I let him drive for a while, trying to contain my laughter, thinking about the epic prank I was about to pull. After a few minutes, I popped up and screamed, "Gotcha!"
And then caused the 7-car pileup.
I would
and he was the
lose
only
my mind if this happened to me. I would.
I didn't know. I didn't. What are you?
Get out! Get out! Where's your parents? We're calling the police.
I didn't kidnap you.
Yeah, because especially now, I'd be like, oh my God, I swear to God, I swear to God.
To my horror, the man driving the car was not, in fact, my dad, but some random guy who was now screaming and slamming on his brakes.
Yeah.
I started screaming as well, and the man nearly caused a car crash as he swerved to pull over, screaming, "What the f*** are you doing in my car?" over and over again. I pushed the door open and started to run for it because I really had no idea what else to do. I sprinted the rest of the way home, and luckily the man didn't follow.
That would have been quite a sight. He's like, no, come back here. It's like, I'm trying to help you.
Tell me why you were in my car.
Tell me.
Get back in my car and tell me why you were in it.
And then everyone else is like, why is that adult man chasing that kid?
She's like, it's not my dad. It's not my dad.
Lesson learned. Double check who you are pranking and maybe don't prank someone while they are driving. Okay, I feel like that could have been so much worse.
Or just memorize the license plate. Quick, easy fix right there.
Yeah.
Our next story is from Linda, and it's what went wrong for you most recently from the venting deck. She thought my proposal was hers. I have thought about this before. If you do some like I feel like when people do, I don't know what this is going to be like, but like a Jumbotron. And if it were like Tess, will you marry me? And like somebody else has that name.
Oh.
Or like if it's like a common name.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend's then like, Sarah, you mean me?
And the guy's like, what? Like with a hot dog and a beer, and no.
Do you guys remember he was on Vine, Thomas Sanders? He would go and do the 7-second narrations, and he'd go around to people, and he's like, the two met at dinner because he was about to propose, and the girl's like, oh! And the guy's like, no. This reminds me of that a little bit.
One of my best friends from childhood ended up becoming an influencer, one that was known for sharing her story times, which would sometimes get her in trouble as people would find out who she was telling stories about.
You gotta be careful with that stuff.
I love her to death, but she spoiled birthday surprises, trips, and even people's personal drama because she posts daily, "Get ready with me" on her page where everyone and anyone is content.
Ooh.
That's rough.
I couldn't do that.
When the time came that my boyfriend wanted to propose, he thought it would be best if she had no idea. Only my other friends, so there was no risk of her accidentally ruining it for me before I got the chance to be excited about my engagement. I had no idea I was getting engaged on the day it all happened either, thinking we were going to a birthday dinner instead. What I didn't see behind the scenes was my influencer friend thinking being asked to wear a nice dress and being driven by our other friends to a secret location meant that she thought she was getting engaged to her boyfriend of around 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
here I was thinking that she was single and she's like, some man's gonna.
Oh,
Man.
she's like, I'm getting engaged.
She's like,
Married
nice dress, nice
first
dinner.
sight, yeah.
Someone's gonna propose to me.
So when she and my other friends arrive to the proposal spot, she sees the entire marry me setup. She thinks it's for her. She posted the "Get ready for me" she had filmed that morning where she says, "Come with me to get engaged, I'm pretty sure." Got out of the car and began filming everything for my proposal, thinking it was hers. You're just stupid. Sorry, you're just a little bit dumb.
Well,
That's
definitely
crazy.
of course this is my show.
Yeah.
But also kind of dumb of her friends to not be like, this is not your proposal, this is our friend's proposal, and we didn't tell you because we couldn't risk you spoiling it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dummies.
And also,
Not seeing your boyfriend.
did anyone see
Yeah.
her? I don't know. Maybe the friends are like, yeah, we follow you, but we like have you muted. It's like
Well, it
nobody
sounds like
see
she
the.
got there
and
and
then
then
posted.
saw it and was like, okay, I'm sure, and then posted it because you can draft content.
Right,
and
right.
That would be my first thought.
Okay.
I really think that she sounds like not a good friend and kind of annoying.
Probably not a good partner.
Un poco, Tito. That's a good word.
When it was revealed that the proposal setup was for me, she was literally so annoyed she had to make an apology video for clickbaiting her viewers, and I nearly got canceled because her fans were sad to see her disappointed by me getting engaged and not her.
Wow.
That's,
Yeah, no, she sucks.
She does.
All right.
Yep.
She sounds like Lemon Breland in Heart of Dixie, who places a curse on all of her friends and says, none of us can get married and have babies until all of us are getting married and having babies. And then all of her friends can't have babies, and they blame it on Lemon Breland. Thanks, Lemon Breland.
Wow.
It's exactly like this.
It's exactly like it.
Yeah. I just like the fact that, and by that, like, I mean, I hate the fact that everyone was like, oh my God, because she misread the situation, we are now going to punish the person who actually was being celebrated.
Yeah, honestly, we just think it's really selfish to know how bad she wants this and for you to like go and do it in front of her face. Like,
Well, I
that's
get
actually
it.
like really selfish.
I get it that she like manifested it, you know, and the "Get ready with me," and she put it out there and was like, I'm getting engaged. But then at the end of the day, it's like, you're not the like star.
You're not the main character right now.
And she's not used to that.
Unfortunate, but that's reality.
It's okay. I think everybody, especially social media content creators, need to be humbled every once in a while, because if you're a normal person and then like people care about what you have to say or post, then you think it like really means something.
Yeah.
You got to be knocked down a peg or two.
Yeah.
Also, giving influencers a bad, plays into the stereotype of like not smart.
Yeah.
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 What are you trying to say, Gabe?
I'm not saying anything.
Say it to the influencer.
I'm gonna leave it up for
I
interpretation.
can't. I don't influence. I content create.
Oh.
Our next story is from Quinn, and it's what's the creepiest encounter you've had with a stranger from the original deck? A barista thought I was her ex and berated me.
Well, let's get into the story before I say anything.
This is how I found out that I apparently have a doppelganger who is a boy and lives in the same city as me. I work from home, and to try to not go totally crazy, I mix things up by working from different coffee shops throughout the week. One fateful day, I picked a new coffee shop to work at. I went to the register to order and noticed one of the baristas behind the counter was giving me the stink eye. I assumed she thought my drink was stupid. I like pumpkin spice lattes in the fall. Sue me. So I ignored it.
Okay, we love a man who allows himself to enjoy the holiday specials.
But she just kept glaring at me and started slamming random items around the espresso machine, like my drink had personally offended her.
This seems like, I mean, obviously it's a her problem, but like, this is your workplace and you're slamming around. It's not a good look, because I'm sure the manager's like, why the f*** are you making all this racket? You just dented that cup.
I hear you, and I also have been that person.
At work?
I know. I'm like, you clearly never worked at a Starbucks, Gabe.
I kept my eyes on my phone, but could feel her glare. Finally, she slams my drink down on the counter and says, "Are you seriously not going to say f***ing anything to me?" I just stared at her blankly.
He's like, thank you for the coffee.
You misspelled my name wrong?
Yeah, he's like, who is this? I just stared at her blankly because I had no idea who the hell this woman was. I had never been to this coffee shop before, and as far as I knew, we had never met. Nothing to say. Seriously? F you, she continued.
I like her.
Feisty.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, I said. She started laughing and said, "Are you kidding me, Hans?" "I'm not Hans," I told her. Then she started yelling at me. "You were never a good liar, you asshole. I knew you were other women. All my friends told me not to trust you, but I ignored all the red flags. But deep down, I knew they were right. If you don't get the out of here, I'm messaging your wife and telling her you're trying to me again."
I'd be like, do it. Do it.
I'd been like, well, on behalf of Hans' wife, I think you should do it anyway.
That anyway. Again, I have no idea who you are, and I am not Hans. I kept trying to defend myself. She screamed some more insults at me about not being good enough in bed for someone who sleeps around so much.
If Hans were here, if Hans were only here.
She had that locked and loaded,
She's
ready.
rehearsed this every day.
Yeah, she was ready.
This is when if I was the person, I might record this interaction and then post it and be like, Hans, someone's
Hans.
like anyone seen Hans?
For you. Until I finally got my license out to prove to her that I was, in fact, not the man she thought I was.
And she's like, oh, yeah, classic
fake
Hans
ID.
move. Fake
Wow,
ID.
she's taken after ice. This must be fake.
I also showed her my phone screen, which has a picture of my actual wife and kids on it.
And he's like, oh, second family.
Second
classic
family.
Hans move.
She was deeply apologetic once she realized her mistake and gave me a free pastry.
And then Hans walks out and is like, I totally got her.
Oh, I love that she's Danish.
And it's these ones.
Oh, you're right. It's me, Christopher. And now I am Hans.
She also showed me a picture of the guy she had slept with, who, to her credit, actually did look weirdly like me. We ended up laughing about it, but I still haven't gone back to that coffee shop and have been keeping an eye out for my serial cheating doppelganger ever since.
Tell his wife anyway. I wish she would have.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy. I want to meet a doppelganger of mine so bad.
Yeah.
But I've heard you wouldn't recognize your own face.
Yeah, I apparently met a doppelganger of myself once, and I did not realize it.
You thought she was familiar.
Yes, I was like at work and I was helping this woman, and I was staring at her and I was like, she looks so familiar. Like, I do not understand what is going on.
I saw her in the bathroom.
Yeah. And then she left and my coworker was like, was that like your long lost twin or something? And I was like, oh, that's like
Now I want to know who this woman in LA.
No,
In SF?
Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh.
Flagstaff.
This is college. I don't know where she was.
I want a doppelganger. I want to find one so bad.
You gotta have one. I feel like everyone's gotta have one.
People
It's
say I look-
unlikely
yeah.
that they're like
Yeah.
in the
I mean,
same
there's like
city
that
as
Chinese guy who looks like Elon Musk. you know?
Oh.
And so
Dude, that's so real. When you see people that look like the other person, but they're like inverse races,
Yeah.
it's insane
Yeah, yeah.
genetics.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Let us know in the comments if you have a doppelganger.
you got
And if you
doppelgangs?
find ours, let us know because
Yeah.
we have to find them.
Our next story is from Monica, and it's what went wrong for you most recently from the venting deck. My mom told her crush to go himself.
Nice.
Okay.
And then he did.
Okay, this isn't actually something that went wrong for me, more for my mom, but it is funny. My mom has re-entered the dating scene and has been meeting men on apps and messaging them. Mom also often texts with my nephew, who has taught her some slang, so now she thinks she is very hip and knows all the internet lingo, which has led to several miscommunications, but this is the most recent one.
No cap, that's lap.
Yeah, Gabe's cool and young. Okay, Gen Alpha.
Hey, I'm so in it.
All I know is Skibbity Toilet Riz and
Oh,
6'7".
God.
Yeah.
I worked in elementary schools for a bit, so.
A week ago, she started talking to a man she seemed into and then was complaining to me that he ghosted her out of nowhere. Me, what happened? Mom, we had dinner plans for Thursday, and then he asked to reschedule because he'd closed a major sale at work and his team wanted to go out to celebrate. So he asked me to reschedule to Sunday. Me, and? Mom, I told him I have my pottery class Sunday, and then he stopped replying. Me, can I see the messages?
No.
Mom shows me the messages, and here's what actually happened.
It's like when a mom comments LOL on a post and
You're like,
she meant lots of love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like emojis that mean certain things.
Like, I love eggplant. It's like,
Eggplant,
That much?
eggplant garden wet.
Mom's crush, is there any way we can move our dinner plans to Sunday? I just closed a major account at work, and my team wants to go out to celebrate. Mom, GFY, I have my pottery class Sunday.
good for you.
I was like, Mom.
Yourself.
I was like, Mom, what do you think GFY means? She says, it means good for you. I was like, no, it means go f yourself. He thinks you are mad at him. Mom was like, oh no, that's not what I meant.
It was like on Twitter, and my friend tagged, and it was like back in high school, your first at's head game is trash, but I didn't read, and I just thought your first at is trash, so someone tagged me in it, and I retweeted it, and I was like, hell yeah, I am. And then the next day at school, people were like, dude, what the f was that? And I was like, what do you mean? And it said, you said your head game is trash? Like, are you sucking dick? Like, what's happening? And I was like, oh my God, because at that point I was like a virgin goody two shoes, never looked at a man, and what a good way to go out. Sorry, pivot, rabbit trail.
I have told her more times than I can count to at least Google slang before using it, so she is using it correctly. Will she ever take this advice? Probably not. My sister and I at least got a good laugh about it. I hope she was able to correct herself.
That's an easy fix, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I just talked to my daughter, and she said GFY means go f yourself, and I meant good for you.
Yeah.
I'm free Monday.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Too late.
He's like, you don't know acronyms?
GTFO.
Yeah.
study up on that urban dick. An area.
Our next story is from Charlene, and it's what's your most cringeworthy high school memory from the original deck?
I just told you mine.
My crush thought I was my twin sister and asked me to prom.
I was going to bring this up when it was the mistaken boyfriend with the ghost face. I was like, oh man, you always hear the story of like the twin and like you don't see their face. So then like you see like the videos on like TikTok where they like slap the butt or something like that. And like, ugh, you know?
Yeah. And
I thought it was gonna be like-
I definitely didn't mean to do that to your twin.
Whoops. Can we all hang out?
In his room later, he's like, I'm comparing the bottoms of these two ladies.
6'7"? No.
Oh. It's like triggering.
I have
Means no.
I have an identical twin sister, Marie, who, despite looking exactly like me, was always more outgoing and popular. We got along but had different friend groups and interests. Also, despite looking the same, she had no problem getting dates. Whereas I was more reserved, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people at our school had no idea I existed since it was pretty big. Senior year, there was this guy, Ron, that I had a huge crush on. I never spoke to him, but admired him from afar and daydreamed about him finally noticing me and asking me out. Then one day, I was walking to the car I shared with Marie to drive home. She had cheer practice after school that day, so we weren't together. And I noticed a huge sign on the dashboard that said, "Will you go to prom with me?" I assumed this was meant for Marie, but then I saw Ron come out from the other side of the car holding flowers. He was looking straight at me, and I thought, oh my God, it's happening. He held out the flowers and asked if I'd want to go to prom. I nervously said yes, and then he leaned in and kissed me. It was my first kiss, and I was on cloud 9.
Wow.
You got to lock this in. You got to just
Yeah.
bring him to think that you are her. And then at the point that then she
And then
comes
he's
in.
like, wait, she has a twin.
Yeah.
How do you not know this? I don't know. If this Marie is very popular and stuff, you'd like, maybe I don't know twin psychotic stuff, but I think you tell people about it and people would know. I don't know.
Yeah, unless they're like so different at school that she just like really is like, oh, I don't
Associate with you.
associate with my sister at school.
That'd be weird behavior, but
Yeah. I
But-
feel like I knew siblings who were like that
Yeah.
at school.
I mean, I can also understand like twins obviously having a connection where they're like, we don't want to be separated. But then you can also have where it's like, we are magnets of the same end.
Yeah,
you know?
I
So,
feel like I've known different types of twins. Like, definitely the kind where you're like, oh, you're the same person, and also the kind
because I could
it's
definitely
like,
imagine that being like a strong like, oh, we're so different. Like we don't want
Yeah,
to, you know,
stop
comparing. Yeah.
me. Yeah. He said he would text me later, which I didn't register as weird in the moment, but should have since he didn't have my phone number. I drove home and waited for Marie to get back so I could tell her the great news. When I finally told her, she stared at me awkwardly and was like, oh, that explains a lot. I think he thought you were me. I got defensive at first and told her that she wasn't the only person people liked. Then she showed me her phone with a text from Ron that said, can't wait for the dance. I was like, oh my God, but we have a class together. How did this happen? He knows I exist, right? I was trying not to panic, and Marie was like, if it helps, I don't like him at all. We kissed at a party once, but I'm not interested. It didn't help because even if she wasn't into him, he was into her and not me.
Sorry, you got to pretend to be your sister from now on. Again, you got to lock it in. And
Yeah.
then be like, you know what? I'm
This
thinking
is
about
your
changing my
only
name.
chance. My sister cleared the whole thing up over text and told him she would not be going to prom with a guy who didn't realize he was asking her twin sister out and not her. I was glad she at least didn't go with him, but my ego was completely bruised.
poor thing.
I still have no idea how this guy, who should have seen me in class that day, didn't realize he was talking to the wrong twin.
Yeah,
I think he's stupid.
I was
Yeah.
going to say.
I think this guy.
He's like,
Sounds big dumb.
you're
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah. He's probably just like stoned.
Yeah. But I've also never met a twin that was like identical to the point where like
Yeah.
I can't. Obviously, when you're in high school and you share friends, like you're like, oh, you're like this, you're like this. There's a slight physical difference, you know, in your appearance.
I feel like if they're identical, they can look like, I feel like, okay, we all
I have
know Mary
never
Kate and Ashley like well because they're in the public eye, but I would say that they look like almost the same.
Almost. I feel like younger, yes, but as they've grown older, then they
Right. Well, then you like develop
yeah.
different personality,
Right,
like
right.
you have different life.
But that is my
like,
greatest fear, like growing up, that I would like someone. I mean, luckily there was only like 2 twins in our high school, but when I was like, oh my God, what if I like a twin? And my greatest fear would be making the mistake of like dating that one twin for however long, and you should be like, all right, you should know the difference. And then one day, like going to school and interacting with the other one, and you're like, well, that's over.
I feel like the more I got to know twins, the less they looked alike. Because like,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
and like, I don't know, like I knew these twins at summer camp that I worked with. And like at the beginning, I was like, which one is which? And then like you spend time with them and I was like, how the hell did I ever
even get you two confused.
Yeah, I think you eventually.
I think
pick
Ron
up
is
on
stupid.
things.
But if I
think
was a
Ron is
twin,
stupid.
I would definitely
He also
mess with people.
just genuinely may not know her. Like, I went to a very big high school, and I definitely did not know every.
That's fair. I feel like twins, you'd know. Like twins are cool.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just thinking from-
Ron. I think we can all agree.
Ron is
this
a
is all
dummy.
wrong.
Yeah.
Ron,
But I would
He's stupid.
I would agree that, you know, in high school, like there was a girl I asked to my freshman dance, a homecoming, and we had barely spoken a word. We were in the same class, and people were like, "Oh yeah, she definitely wants to go to the dance with you or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, she's cute, you know, whatever." And like, again, spoken probably a handful of words for that first semester in high school, and I didn't know. I was just like awkward, like freshman, 13. I was like, oh, you know, and I didn't know how to ask her. So like, I got the tickets and got like the little like souvenir thing, and I didn't make a big display. I like came to her desk and I was like, hey, you know, whatever. And it was like the most awkward thing I could have done. But in high school, yeah, dude, all boy. I mean, still to this day, we're all dumb. But in high school, boys are especially dumb
Yeah.
and clueless.
I think that he must have not realized that there was a twin situation, and he must just be.
That boy ain't got no rings.
Yeah.
Am I right?
That's the way to say it, Gabe.
Hi-yo.
back to Tess with the stories.
Our next story is from Nate, and it's what's the worst bad behavior you've encountered in public from the venting deck? A stranger insisted I am Adam Driver. I admit I do look quite a bit like the actor Adam Driver and have had people ask me if I am him before. Normally, this is not a big deal. I just explain that I am a lookalike and they move on. Well, a few months ago, I was at a bar with some coworkers after work, and a drunk woman approached me and started telling me how much she loves my work. I told her, I know I look like Adam Driver, but I am not him. I swear, we just look similar. She replied with, oh, I get it. You're trying to keep a low profile because you don't want to be mobbed with fans.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. I told her, no, I am telling the truth. My name is Nate. I'm not an actor, just a guy with a similar face. She said, can I at least take a selfie with you? Wanting her to move along, I said, okay, but like I said, I'm not Adam Driver. She pulls out her phone and puts her arm around me and holds out her phone to take her pic. I smile politely, wanting to be done with this, and she turns around and kisses me. God, fans are
So
insane.
weird.
Yeah.
Leave people alone.
So you get a swift throat punch.
Celebrities are still human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I jerked away and said, hey, I am married. Can you please not? She claps back with, I don't see what the big deal is. You kiss women in movies all the time.
Oh,
What?
so that's sexual assault.
Yeah. I doubt your wife cares. She knows she is married to an actor. Girl,
it's a
people
big-
don't understand how acting works.
Yeah.
No, there's an intimacy coordinator there. Like it's the most
It
choreographed
is
lip locking
not the
ever.
same.
Yeah. Also, they're like, yeah, you use your tongue in movies. And it's like,
If you watch,
99%
like,
of the movies, there are
No,
no tongue.
unless it is like,
One of
again,
those.
coordinated,
Yeah.
that
And it's
that is
specific
going
for
to
that.
be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
part of it. No.
Yeah.
At this point, my friends from work are all watching this unfold and laughing at my situation, and I'm getting pissed. I said, fine, whatever. You got your photo. Will you please leave me alone? She gets huffy and replies, you don't have to act so stuck up.
Oh.
I am going to post this pic to Reddit later and tell everyone that Adam Driver is an asshole.
Oh, please do. Because
Yeah.
then the people will be like, you idiot.
This is not Adam Driver. She's obviously also probably just like wasted.
So drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Adam Driver.
Yeah, you're Adam Driver. I know it.
I just meow with Adam Driver
Yeah.
and you loved it. Look
I hope
at
she
him.
posts it while she's drunk before she wakes up the next morning and it like gets to the top of Reddit and people are like, you're a moron.
You
she's
big
salty."
dum-dum.
But of course she, you know, maybe includes the fact that she's like, and then I tried to kiss him and he didn't want it. Like, I just.
She would never put that.
No, I know. But if she's drunk, maybe she would. I don't know.
Who's to say?
Now more people are staring because this woman is being loud and belligerent. I started telling the increasingly interested bystanders, I am not Adam Driver. This woman is just drunk. But I'm not sure if people believed me. Not knowing what else to do, I just hurriedly paid my tab and got out of there, leaving my coworkers laughing at the whole thing.
I think he, just for future kind of encounters, he should memorize the monologue argument from
Marriage scene.
Marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marriage Story.
And just like punch a hole in the wall somewhere, and he's like, God, every day I wake up and I wish that you were dead.
Or just like some like Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be really weird about it.
See that's an Adam Driver I could get behind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Meanwhile, this girl's like, I watch all the fan edits of girls.
But sometimes I look at him and he looks like a ferret. But sometimes I look at him and he's like really hot.
Yeah, a hot ferret.
A harriet.
Somewhere out there, some crazy woman has a pic of me that she thinks is Adam Driver that she may have posted online somewhere to get back at my celebrity doppelganger. My hope is that she woke up and looked at that picture and realized she's stupid.
I love when people post photos like that and they're like, I really thought I met this celebrity last night, and it's this like Temu version. Looks nothing like them.
Version of this is that both Elijah Wood and Daniel Radcliffe have been mistaken for each other and have like signed, like have told stories about how fans have like been like, oh, sign this thing. And they're like, okay, I guess I'll
That's so funny.
pretend to be.
He's like, yeah, I'll do this for Elijah. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. Our final story is from Anonymous, and it's What's Your Not My Proudest Moment story from the venting deck. I accidentally stole my nearby neighbor's cat.
Accidentally.
I do feel like this is why when you find a cat, you really got to check for a microchip. I feel like a lot of people will be like, especially a cat that's like not feral, it just like waltzes up to you and people are like, I have a cat now. And you're like, that might be somebody else's cat.
Yeah.
Especially if it's comfortable around people. Anyway. I believe in the cat distribution system and thought I had finally been blessed when this little calico cat kept coming to my apartment for breakfast in the morning. She was super friendly, but she wasn't wearing a collar, and eventually she started to come inside with me. I adopted her shortly after, or I guess more accurately, just took her inside my home and didn't let her out again.
Been there, girl.
I named her Missy, she wore a collar, and she was the best kitty. A few weeks later, I made friends with my neighbor at a community event. We hit it off instantly and made future plans to hang out.
This is why you don't make friends with people in your building.
Yeah, so you can steal their pets.
And get away with it.
Yeah. Also, if you happen to, I don't know, steal their packages too, nobody sees the object that they ordered from Amazon in your apartment.
Oh,
We're learning such
all
insightful
right.
things tonight.
Interesting, Gabe.
Not that I've done that. I definitely haven't done that. I'm just saying. If you would.
If you wanted to,
Yeah.
if you were that kind of person.
Yeah.
If one were the type to steal packages, perhaps.
Yeah.
We hit it off instantly and made future plans to hang out. A few weeks of planning later, and she comes over to my apartment. Missy comes to greet her as she comes in too, which isn't totally in character for my skittish cat, and my neighbor is literally shocked when she sees her. How long have you had your cat? About a month and a half. Where did you find her? Here, she kept coming around, so I just took her in. She's like, I'm pretty sure this is my cat. And I was like, no, it's definitely not.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
Show me.
Yeah.
She said she had a calico cat go missing about a month and a half ago. I thought there was no way because she'd been visiting me before then, and there hadn't been any flyers in the neighborhood, and my neighbor lectured me about letting your cats outside to encourage their prey drive. She tried to take Missy from me then and there. I told her that if she cared for her cat, she wouldn't leave them outside unattended, and she said she was going to call the police on me. Wow, this took a turn for the worse.
The photos.
Yeah, it's also going to be like a calico cat, so you're going to be like, oh, the patterning is literally the same.
Yeah.
It's not like a tabby. You're like, no.
Yeah. Look at these stripes.
They all look the same.
Yeah. If you're a pet owner, dog, cat, whatever, you're going to have photos on your phone to be like, oh my God, look.
Is about to pull out some photos.
And like, let's go.
But if that happened, that would be the first thing. It was like, oh, let me show you the photo.
This is literally.
This is the last photo I took a month and a half ago.
Why didn't you? But also, if this neighbor is letting her cat out, like, at least have a collar on your cat.
Yeah.
If you're going to let him outside.
Or like a little like AirTag thing.
Yeah. I ended up giving Missy back and haven't seen her outside again since, which probably means they keep her inside permanently now. So I guess I misunderstood what the cat distribution system is, but I still think I should have been able to keep her.
Well,
I don't know. But the silver lining here, which I was hoping that she was going to say, was the fact that, like, she taught the actual cat owner not to let the cat out.
Don't let your cat out.
take precautions if you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you really gotta, I mean,
Especially in
take that cat to the vet,
Yeah.
get him, check for a microchip.
Especially in LA, you can't let little animals out.
No,
because
it's crazy to
you
me
got
when people have
coyotes
outdoor
and
cats
in the mountains and the hills.
But I feel like that's like most places. Like, what place doesn't have wild animals that could hurt a cat?
Well, yeah, that's true. I just think about, like, which ones are actively seeking. Like, you're not going to find, like, a skunk or a possum that you would find in the Midwest that are, like, hunting
Sure.
like cats. But if
Maybe
you're
foxes.
sure, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like foxes you would have to typically see, like, near a wooded
Yeah.
kind of mountainous area.
That is it for Delp Deck Stories. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, you can like, subscribe, and check out some of our other videos. And if you have a story that you would like to share with us, you can go to share.delpdeck.com and we might read it on an episode.
See ya.
Goodbye.